Hello everybody and welcome once again to Casual Gamer Oz. We are here continuing our career mode on F1 2016 in the lead up to the release of F1 2017, our second season with Sauber driver Ben Waterworth. I am your host Ben Waterworth and we're about to go into Malaysia round 16 of the championship. Before we do, a bit of a recap of course what happened in Singapore. Qualified in 10th, that was pretty decent considering it was a wet qualifying, and got an even more decent finish by finishing in 6th position in the race. Had a bit of an incident with Dan Ricciardo, spun him out. But other than that, I held my nerve, got my, what was that, 4 consecutive points finishes in a row, and my 6th consecutive race finish after 6 consecutive DNFs. So, very excited about that. Alrighty, let's get excited about Malaysia. And a dry qualifying, which obviously we're very, very excited for. If you're new to Casual Gamer Oz and you've just joined us in on this video, of course remember, casual gaming means a racing line. We have 1 lap qualifying, 5 lap race, and we don't really tinker with the settings. We just kind of take whatever the computer really gives us, except, you know, obviously do some upgrades on the car. But qualified 9th here last year at Sepang. It's a circuit that I do really like. I've obviously been lucky enough to be to this Grand Prix twice in my life. Once as a pleb, sitting in the fans there on the hill, and once, luckily enough, as media, I got to go in the paddock and experience that 1 year too, and definitely a life highlight. Now, right now, we're on pole position pace, so we're off to a good start early on here. Obviously, there's still a fair bit to go of this lap. That sun is very, very bright. Great on the graphics there. I've never quite seen it like that before, actually. I mentioned I was on the hill actually with the plebs. I was actually just up in that hill directly in front of me there. That's where I sat the very first year I went to the Malaysian Grand Prix, just for those at home who perhaps for some reason would like to know that. But anyway, we've dropped behind Hamilton. A bit of a slow part there of the track for me, but we can make some time up here heading into the long back straight. And I don't think we will. Currently, we'll drop down to 10th. Gee, you really do drop down a lot, don't you? We can make some time up into the final hairpin here. I'm going to predict there's going to be a wet race. It's Malaysia. Of course there's going to have to be a wet session. Why wouldn't there be? Alright, I don't think we're going to gain on him when it comes to this, but can we stay in the top 10? Yes, 8th. Nice job, Jeffrey. Thank you. So we do one better than we did last year. Of course, it was a DNF last year, so 1 place better. We'll take that. I'm going to predict a wet race, but we'll see how we go. Let's get into race day. Okay. Press that a little bit too quickly there. Now, in terms of qualifying, that's 4 consecutive Grand Prix have qualified in the top 10. There's a little bit of a statistic for you. Now, we're going for 7 consecutive race finishes. We're going for 5 consecutive points finishes. And remember, we had 6 DNFs in a row. We've backed that up with 6 finishes in a row. So let's see how we're going. We're winning the rivalry against Valtteri. We've nearly won the rivalry against Valtteri. Won't be able to really upgrade the car here, sadly enough. So let's press this. And let's move ourselves into the race. And it looks like we're going to dry one. Yay, we'll take that. Excited for some dryness in Malaysia. Malaysia. So a reminder, of course, we're only going to cap this at 2 seasons for F1 2016 because F1 2017 will come out and we'll obviously want to see that. So we won't really get to see much past this season. So it's kind of like I'll be retiring in a few rounds. Sad. Hamilton on pole, Rosberg second, Ricciardo third, Vettel fourth. Well, not retiring. I'm obviously just advancing into F1 2017. I'll still use the same driver. I'm going to have a different team though. Verstappen 5th, Raikkonen 6th, Alonso 7th, myself in 8th, Button 9th, Bottas 10th, Perez again out qualifying Hulkenberg. He's in 12th, Massa, Grosjean, followed by Magnussen, Palmer up there in 16th. Good job by him. Gutierrez 17th, Verline 18th, Haryanto 19th, Sainz 20th, Kvyat 21st, and oh, what a surprise! Nazar in 22nd. How Nazar. I really hope Mana can get some points. Toro Rosso having a dog's breakfast of a time on this game at the moment. I really don't know why they hate Toro Rosso so much. Anyway, on the outside line it seems here, at least going into the first part of the turn 1, but of course remember it sweeps into the inside, so didn't really make it too far in the last one. I remember I pitted, didn't I, and I deliberately took out Gutierrez. Now I've been forced onto the grass there. Oh, I'm being extra cautious here. Collision with Bottas. I didn't hit anyone there. What a load of crap. I've over-cautious myself here, which is going to cost me positions. I've actually dropped places for once. I'm usually good at making positions. Now, I've got somebody on the right-hand side there. I was about to drive across, but oh, of course it's a Manor. Who else would it be? Oh, well.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay.
There goes my streak of race finishes. That was... Of course it's a fucking Manor. What else? Who else would it be? Oh, just look at that! Drove into me. You are ridiculous there, and I've just myself okay to blame coming on the track there, running into a Toro Rosso, but that is absolute bullshit. So I'm off the racing line. Understandable. He can surely see me there. Bang! Just drive straight into me. Let's go on board with the Renault here. Let's take a look at what this is from a Renault. From a Renault's perspective. We're going to watch this in full speed. Okay, here we go. Side by side, side by side. Well, it looks like there I drive into him. But that is not right. Now we're going to go on board with the Toro Rosso here. Oh. Oh, goodness me. Oh well, DNF with 2 Malaysian Grand Prix. That's going to break the streak of the race finishes, but it was bound to happen eventually. Sadly, it happened in the circuit that I just happened to be quite good at. Oh, Red Bull won. Was it Ricardo? Was it Danny Rick? Maxi Verstappen won. There you go, little Maximus. He came from... Where did he come on the grid? 5th on the grid. Let's at least take a look at my start, shall we? Even though we don't really need to see it, we just kind of saw how I got eliminated. I got a very, very slow start, and I just bogged myself onto the grass. I was being pushed wide there by Vettel, and I really had nowhere to go. Oh, Bottas... Actually, Bottas ran into me, and I got the warning for that. Once again, your standards on penalty systems are fantastic, Codemasters. Supposedly these have been improved. But yeah, you're going to see obviously this little incident here with the dickhead that is Pascal Wehrlein, who just goes, I'm going to drive into you. Okay, cool. Good for you, Sonny Jim. Alrighty, Verstappen wins from Button. Look at that. 5th and 9th on the grid. It finished 1st and 2nd. Rosberg in 3rd. Vettel. Hamilton on pole. Went all the way down to 5th. Ricardo 6th. Raikkonen apparently his name now. Alonso Perez and Gutierrez. More points for Gutierrez. Good job, Esteban. Hamilton leading the championship by 42 points now. Surely he's got that locked away. Rosberg, Ricardo, Raikkonen, Vettel, Alonso. There's Maximus. Verstappen in 7th. Button 8th. I'm still in 9th. And holding on there, that's good. And Perez in 10th position. Constructors-wise, Mercedes, they've won it. Mathematically, I think they can't be caught now. I just can't be bothered doing the sums. Red Bull move up into 2nd over Ferrari. McLaren still drop back slightly. We're still in 5th. Only 5 ahead of Force India. Williams 7th. Haas, more points for them. And Toro Rosso, Manor and Renault, no score for them. Alright, disappointing way to end Malaysia after such a string of results. Hopefully we won't end on 16 Fs. It's going to be 16 Fs, 6 finishes, 16 Fs. We're back with Japan next time around. Thank you for tuning in to Casual Gamer. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. And we'll speak to you from Suzuka. Good night.